everybody out there to hear what you're actually talking about. So, Dr. King put together his speech. And what happened was before they left to go out to the speech, his crew, you know, Andrew Young and Jesse Jackson and Ralph Abernathy and all of them said, Doctor, this speech is good, but you're a Baptist preacher. So you're the culminating speaker. You need to bring it home. You need to be able to bring it home so that the people have something to feel. Like, I need to bring it home so that you all have something to feel. But I'm going to give you a charge before you walk out this door. I'm going to give you a charge before you walk out this door, because everybody has something to contribute to the overall contributions of us as a people. And so Dr. King ad-libbed the I Have a Dream portion. And so what happens is people play that every year because they want you to be attached to that, and they want you to feel like, I do have a dream. But you know what? I was once, when I was in the Air Force, I remember a captain told me, she said, Mr. Edwards, dreams come to those who sleep. Reality comes to those who awaken and fulfill those dreams. So you can have a dream all you want. If you don't get up and fulfill the dream, it's nothing but a dream. And so one of the things I want to tell you is I'm going to consistently repeat this statement right here. They tell you how you control people to do something. And they tell you that this is the method. You sell the people a lie with authority, and then you attach it to something emotional. That's my granddad. That's the old Rory. Before I was 50, you know, things happened then. But let me concentrate on a particular part of the speech that I want you to understand what Martin Luther King said. Martin Luther King said, in his second paragraph of that speech that you all listened to this morning, he said, but 100 years later, we must face the tragic fact that the Negro is still not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still and steadily struggling, crippled by the manacles, and those are handcuffs, of segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island. That's my baby. If it wasn't my baby, I'd tell somebody you better take her out of here. So she can stay. Lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languishing in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile of his own land. So we have come here today to dramatize the appalling conditions. So 47 years later, I want you all to ask you, so what has really changed? What has really changed? Some of you are going to look at me and say, you know what, Rory, there has been some changes. There are some changes. I do agree with you. There are some changes. But let me concentrate on three things I want to talk to you all about today. I'm not going to be long. I'm looking at some of your faces. You better hurry up. You better hurry up. But you know what? The last time I came, Brother Kevin knows, we stood out in the cold. And I ran through that, and my lips was shivering, and you know how your teeth start chattering, you don't know what you're saying. And I said, if my mother invites me to one more that's inside, I'm going to take my time. But I'm not going to be long. I want you all to understand the words that I'm about to say. One of the things that we talk about is assimilation. Right? There's three things I want to talk about. One of the things, there's been many things that have caused us as African Americans, and I'm sorry, I want to look back at you all too, I love you, I'm with you all, is that one of the things we always want to do is assimilate. And if nobody knows what assimilate means, I'm going to give you a definition, but I'm also going to give you my definition of what assimilate means. I think it's accountability of social status. Accountability of social status identity manufactured in leveraging access through internalizing one's needs. Now let me bring you back to that one more time. Like, Reverend Mills, this is what you said. Y'all didn't hear me now, right? Y'all didn't hear me. Let me tell you one more time. Accountability of social status identity manufactured in leveraging and access through internalizing one's needs. One of the things that I believe is that we are at this particular point in the black races, and I don't mean to exclude anybody else, please, because you know what, all the times when we come here, we always talk to everybody else, but we never talk to one another. So I'm talking to you all today, all right? So I don't feel no sympathy to say, well, there were some people in the audience who didn't feel they were connected. But guess what? You are connected because it affects all of us. And if the black race cannot handle their own business, then they definitely can't handle anyone else's business. We've been maids long enough in other people's homes. It's time for us to handle our own business and take care of our own people before we start going out to the world trying to save other people. But let me explain something to you.